Am I sexual? Oh my God. When I was a little girl and that Backstreet Boys song came on, at my Christian school, they dubbed it in, am I sensual instead of sexual. Am I sensual? Hello and welcome back, you beautiful nerds, to another edition of a video. Yeah, that's right. It's on this little corner of the internet. I have heard your comments. I have read all of them on my last video. Comment. Y'all really seem to respond to my last warm-up video, which I love. So today's workout is very special. Now, if you're just joining us on this little warm-up series that we're doing, background history, real fast, put some time on the clock. Let's see if I can get through this in 20 seconds or less. Okay, so I spent 8 years at a pole dancing studio named S Factor. S Factor was run by a woman who tried to turn it into more of like a lifestyle club, kind of like Tony Robbins meets a cult, and I didn't really jive with that, and it really came to a head in 2020, so I left the studio. But that doesn't mean I don't have 3,600 hours of training underneath my belt, as well as 8 years of teaching a specific type of movement that it coincides with pole dancing. Wow! Ooh, I did that. Every year on this channel, I give it a theme, and this year is the year of the goddess, where I am trying to unpack all the things that are good, bad, and ugly about movements, products, trends that are labeled feminine, because what I used to teach was labeled feminine movement. I think it's probably more of like a meditative movement with an intersection of sexuality. But anyways, I want to get into it. I'm making these warm-up videos for y'all where you can try a little bit of the floor movement. It's really about training yourself to get into a mindset when you approach pole dancing or any other kind of movement. If you haven't tried the first workout video, I would recommend potentially like giving it a gander or doing that first, because I do explain this one move called, it's called one thing that I was taught, but let's just call it the ass get up. It's when you're laying on your belly, perhaps prone, and you raise your hips to the sky first, and that's how you get up, rather than getting up how we usually get up, which is pushing your chest up and then fixing a knee underneath you. Check that out, see if you feel comfortable, and if you feel comfortable trying this second video, exciting. I really try to create a class-like experience with these videos, so what we do, instead of having music in the background, I create a playlist on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Music that you can follow along or download at your own leisure, and I cue you as to when to push the play button. I will link the links to the workout music below. It's very important that you follow along with the playlist because it kind of fits the vibe of the movement. It is 19 minutes and 20 seconds. Now, it is a shorter workout, but it's more intense than the last workout that I did on this channel. Additionally, this is a workout. However, it can also be truncated into like a little dance if you wanted to show it off to someone. And the whole point of this is to get lost in the movement. Take your time, move really slow and with your breath, and take away any expectations that you may have for yourself. It's just you and me, babes. It's just you and me here. And so I'm gonna tell you what to do. You're gonna follow the cues and the sound of my voice, and I'm gonna invite you to close your eyes and just follow along. And I promise, it looks amazing. If you're having a good time, whomever may be watching you, whether it be a significant other, a pet, or some stuffed animals in your bedroom, whoever might be watching you is also enjoying it if you're having a good time. Let's get into it, shall we? Here we go. So off the bat, I'd want to say we're going to be on our knees for a majority of this movement. So I recommend grabbing a pillow, or like I have here, a little blanket, providing a little bit of a cushion for your rumpus. All right, everyone, we're gonna hit play on our first song, which is a Damien Rice song called Delicate. And we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, play. As that sound starts to come into the space, you get adjusted, you land. Meet me in all fours, hands and knees, in a neutral spine, tabletop position. And as always, you can peek at the screen to see where I'm at, but I really encourage you to let your eyes come into a soft focus, relax your jaw, and feel these cues that I'm giving you verbally in your body. See if you can find the sensation for yourself. Instead of mirroring my body or someone else's body, find what feels good to you. So keeping your knees rooted right underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders, we're going to start to find a little variation of your cat-cow. So as you exhale and inhale, maybe dropping the belly and reaching your chin all the way up. Feel that natural curve in your spine. And the next time you exhale, start to slowly reach your spine all the way up to the ceiling. Feel that shape in your body, that curve as you stretch out your wingspan, your back. And then inhale as you come all the way back down to that cow position. Let's take it over to the left. So you're circling to the left first, reaching down into that cow, taking a nice deep breath and letting that carry you over to the right side and back up into that scaredy cat position. Replacing your hands on the outside of the mat, we're going to start to lower our chest all the way down towards the earth and then back into a praying child's position. Finding that arch in our spine, we're going to roll forward so slowly. These are called kitty cat waves. Your spine is mirroring the wave as it crashes down onto the shore. And that's going to carry you forward so far that your shoulders are a little bit in front of your wrists. You bend your elbows, lower your chest all the way down, and push back into a praying child's position. Take a deep breath and take a peek at me if you need to. Feel that song carry you deeper into your body, and I'd like you to imagine that as this movement starts to unfurl out of your spine, out of your body, that you're simultaneously walking in a spiral staircase down, deeper, deeper, deeper into yourself. And let's switch directions. So you're arching your spine, pushing yourself back into that praying child position and sliding all the way forward in that hover, ass reaching up to the heavens, good God. And when you're on your belly, pushing up and back once again. Take it slow. I really invite you to savor the undulation in your body and in your spine. Good. And as you relax your jaw, think about pulling your belly button in towards your spine, lowering down towards the mat. Your hips will be the last thing to come down, and if you want to, if it feels comfortable, you can create a little horizon by tracing a semicircle with your hips over to one side and then the other before you allow your pelvis to gently drop. Go ahead, take a deep breath and let yourself just land on the ground as the ground reaches up to meet you and where you're at in your body at this moment. Relax your jaw and give yourself the permission to melt your body into this moment. Maybe give yourself a little massage by pressing your forehead against the mat. And as this next sound, those bells start to come into the space, go ahead and replace your hands, dragging them underneath your shoulders, pressing yourself up into a plank, focusing on making your body into that yummy line, pulling your belly button in. And we're going to just start to wave our hips this way and that. I like to go in like a figure 8. or maybe like a little bit of a body wave in a plank. This is just a way to make our plank a little bit more active and to keep the movement and our spine running through our body. When you're ready, you can drop your knees and press your ass all the way back to your heels. Hello, maybe you find a little hair toss. The sound is a little spicy. Drag that sound up your thighs with your hands, rolling your shoulders back and reaching your palms behind you, fingers facing your ass, wrists reaching, shining out to the wall behind you. As you lift your pelvis, your ass, your hips off your heels. Good. This would be a great place for a pillow if you need. Just protect those knees, y'all. Okay. So you're reaching your hips up, you're dropping your head back, you're opening up your throat, you're feeling that nice curve in your front body, opening up your chest, your neck, your shoulders. We're just going to play with body rolls in this position. Really waking up our pelvic floor muscles, because that's where the movement and these body waves is originating. So engage your core and feel what it's like to drop your hips back and then lift them up. Notice how the rest of your body reacts with that wave, reacts with that undulation. The body is one big, beautiful organism. So when you move one part, another part eventually will move in kind. So as you dive all the way forward to the front of your mat, letting your ass be the last thing that lands down, your pelvis onto the floor, we're going to find some delicious twists. I'm bending my left leg in front of my body as I roll my left shoulder back behind me, twisting and wringing out my spine. Take these nice and slow, y'all. There's no rocket science behind it. We're just giving ourselves the twists out of bed that we wish we had gotten this morning, rolling this way and that, making sure to cross your top knee in front of your body. Good. Before you roll and twist and spill out onto your back. Take your time. I dare you to roll off your mat, to spill out, taking up space. Hey, new songs entering the room. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, I love this song. I really do. It's so good. We're going to bend our knees, feet flat on the floor in front of our hips. We're going to come onto our back here. And eyes on me for a second. I'm just going to demonstrate how your pelvis can move. If you tilt it this way, it creates a little space between your lower back and the mat. And if you tilt it the other way, your back is flat. Okay? We're going to play with that. So start to lift your hips, coming onto your toes. You're going to slowly start to lift your hips up into a bridge. Good. For my gals with bigger chests, you might feel your bosoms softly kissing down on your chin. Take a second to relish in the scent of your body, the softness of who you are. And we're just going to let our hips circle with this bridge. We're going to let our hips grind in a circle over to the left. And I want you to take up all the space in the room, y'all. I want you to let your circles and your hips fill this room as you reach your pelvis all the way up. Maybe digging your thumbs into the waistband of your pants, your shorts. Whoo! Oh my God, that's hot. Feel that burn in your glutes, waking up your body. Take a deep breath, letting fresh oxygen wake up your bloodstream. Whoo! Good. And now we're going to find that body roll here, y'all. So I'm tilting my pelvis, so I'm arching my spine as I lift my hips up to the ground. And then to lower, I'm flattening out that line and rolling down my spine. Good. So you feel that arch in your lower back as you reach your belly button all the way up to the sky, to the heavens, and then once you reach your boundary, you're going to let your hips tilt up and roll down your spine vertebra by vertebra. Let your hands come onto the landscape of your body. And now we're going to start to find little different shapes in this grind. So as you reach your hips all the way up, please don't let me rush you. Find a figure 8 with your hips, tilting them this way and that, imagining that your pussy is drawing a figure 8 on the wall in front of you. Switch directions if you wanna, if that feels good. And I invite you to feel that massage you're getting in your shoulder blades as you lift your hips up higher and higher. Oh my God, that is so hot. And if you want to find now that big circle in the opposite direction, go for it. Woo! That's it. That's it. Let that song get a little loud. Let your body get a little loud. You're going to let your hips reach over to one side, peeling one leg up. Good. Finding some pulses on one leg. I invite you to get a little messy here. Get a little messy and a little self-absorbed in your own heat. So maybe you don't find every movement that I offer right here in these bridge circles. Maybe you just grind the song away out of the room. Maybe you just hold in a bridge. Maybe you're still stuck on those body waves. Gal, it's okay wherever you're at. Just let yourself sit with your own burn. When that song eventually fades from the space, go ahead and let your hips drop, feeling how your muscles are just different after all of that exercise. And windshield wiper your knees this way and that, just to get a little movement back into your hips. Relax your jaw. Feel that jazzy riff come into the space, and staying on your back, we're going to start to peel one leg up one by one. Maybe open your eyes just to bear witness to the curve of your leg puncture the atmosphere above your head. Hell yeah. As your legs peel all the way up, you're going to feel your lower back kiss the mat underneath you. Let your hands feel the sweetheart curve of your ass. Good. Pressing against the mat. And then you're going to start to ride an imaginary bicycle above your head. Prancing your legs all the way out. And we're going to let this prance grow like a chia pet. So let your reach with your legs start off small. But then, when the spirit strikes, you're going to slow it down and let your legs reach out, playing with your range of motion, actually reaching your leg all the way to the wall across you as you drag it back in. Rinse and repeat on the other side. Where are your hands right now? Put them on your body, maybe. Good, and when your legs come in, go ahead and find a little happy baby, wrapping your hands around the outside arches of your feet, pulling your knees in towards your armpits, and extending your legs all the way out into that deep V shape. Letting your hands slide down your inner thighs. We don't give our inner thighs enough love, y'all. They're so soft and so warm, so let your hands linger there as your legs slowly start to close in space. Ooh! I want you to tilt your pelvis so that your lower back is pressing against the ground. Hello, it's time for some abs, y'all. So keep that lower back of yours on the mat the entire time as you reach your shoulder blades off the ground, letting your hands trace up your legs. One straight leg is going to come into your face as the opposite straight leg razor cuts all the way down to the wall in front of you. And we're going to do a little bounce, bounce, pass. So your knees are going to pass at a 45-degree angle in space as you reach for your shin or your thigh and find a little bounce, bounce, and switch. Good, 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 good. Beautiful. Feel that heat start to course through your body. Keep those shoulders lifted. I know your body's going to quake. She's going to tremble as you start to find those little bounce, bounce passes. All right, now y'all, we're going to go into crisscross abs. It's really important that you reach your shoulder up over to your knee. See if you can keep your leg at a 90-degree angle with your hip and reach your elbow all the way up. Relax your jaw. Let all of the effort come from your belly. Good. You got this. And maybe you want to give yourself a little pulse. So you cross and pulse once. Good. Ooh, did you hear that beat drop? Go ahead and drop with it. Drop your head, your legs. See, that wasn't so bad. Abs can be sexy. Abs can turn you on. They do me. Good. Beautiful. With legs reaching all the way up to the sky. You're going to drop your shoulders, your toes. And I want you to arch your spine so you feel space in between you and your mat. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders behind you. And you could reach all the way up. Or, if that's a little too much for you, that's totally fine. You can twist over to one side, crossing one leg in front of you, one knee in front of your body. Hips all the way up first as you drag your chest. Crawling your way onto all hands and knees. And here we go, y'all. We're going to find the entire movement series that we did as a dance. So coming into your praying child, you're diving through into that kitty cat wave. Circling and arching your spine up to the ceiling. Reaching forward until you drop your shoulders down, keeping your hips up. Ooh. Good. Coming all the way up and back. Finding those nice little pelvic grinds and that stretch before you dive all the way forward and twist onto your back. Finding those hip circles. Hey-o. You can do your hip circles. And as many as you want until you find a prance all the way up. Hi, how was that? Welcome to my Sunday morning. I'm on my office floor attempting to do this workout with you and ADRing it. Tell me in the comments below how y'all feel. These little workout series are supposed to feel less like working out and more like you're dancing. It's supposed to be meditative, so don't worry if you do these and you're like, that felt weird. It doesn't feel like I was a workout. That's the point. Now you can take any part of this little workout from the kitty cat wave all the way down, and back, and up, and around, and take out all of like the actual workout bits, like the abs, and the pulses and the bridge grind hip circles, and use it as a little dance if you wanna. But I hope you feel a lot more warmed up, and I hope you take on this beautiful, relaxed energy into the rest of your day. I love you so much, my beautiful nerds, and Derek and I will see you next week.